Good evening, everyone. Hey, Miguelina.
Hi, Tracy. Hi, everybody.
Hey, we are back, and this is, I believe, session 5. I think session.
Yes, 5.
Yes. We're on session 5, and we are here to demonstrate the AI-powered attorney that we've been showing for the last 5 sessions, or 4 sessions, a variety of different ways you can use this interface. And what is this tool? Well, this tool is an AI-powered attorney that has in fact been created by an attorney, Kurt Becker, and trained to really to the highest level of the intricate details of all of the things that you would need legally as a real estate investor for your contracts, for your negotiations, and for your offer making. And it does it lightning fast and accurate, and you can do it in volume, which is incredible. Not to mention, Miguelina, you and I have been kind of blown away by the state-specific contracts that we can generate for all 50 states, which is amazing. So the last couple of ones that we've done, Miguelina, do you want to do a recap and tell us what we had already shown?
We've done creating the purchase and sell agreement, creating a JV agreement. What else? What else did we do? Negotiating an offer, a wholesale offer, and creating an addendum to a contract.
Yes. So we're back, and today Miguelina's going to demonstrate dropping a contract. You already have that, I believe, loaded in. Just copy and paste.
Let me just paste it in here. I have it copied.
Okay,
and I pasted it in.
So she's pasting a contract in the interface, which we'll pull up on the screen in just a second. What it is like when you have a template contract, which so many people do, or you've been maybe given a contract from a JV partner, and they want you to sign the contract, and you're just not quite sure if this is helpful to you and your position on the contract. So this is going to be great because now you can sort of ask the questions on the interface of what your position looks like on the contract and recommendations it'll make. And we'll demonstrate that lightning fast in seconds. So let's jump into it.
Yep. So I pasted it in there, and then this is what I get. So it tells me that gives me a polished version of the contract that I just put in there. So
what is this contract, by the way?
This is a purchase and sell contract for a multifamily property. It's for a wholesale deal.
Okay, perfect. So
let me see. Okay, so it gives me, I wonder if it tells me what I should add or change.
This was your original contract.
So yes.
I don't think it would have any of that on there.
No, it will just add it to the contract, to what it gave me, the polished contract.
Yes. So we're going to refine this contract because we're not sure if we like the terms or if they're favorable for us, and if it makes the most sense for the specific deal. And why you need the AI-powered attorney, in my opinion, is that every contract can be different. There can be different circumstances, obviously, that you would need to really pay attention to, and sometimes you need to adjust.
This is new. It didn't have the 30-day extension.
So what questions are you going to ask the interface?
I'm going to ask it, let me see.
And as Miguelina is typing out, you really just need to ask very general, basic questions, 6th grade level. Do not need anything fancy. The interface, the way Kurt Becker trained it, is going to be very intuitive and assist you in the process of giving you the information that's the most optimal response based on the scenario.
Okay, so I wanted to review it to see, as the buyer, am I protected? Like very simple.
Great.
I don't know if there's anything I need to be protected from. So I just wanted something general. Inspections. Okay, so yeah, what happens if something comes up in the inspection? Financing, if okay, this one's not fine. Okay, as is condition wasn't there, so it needs to have this clause here. Obtain title insurance to protect against title defects, closing costs, access to property. That's one that I would like to have in there. Default and breach of contract, legal fees, disclosures, unnecessary disclosure. Okay.
So there's your suggested modifications to what you currently have.
Yes. Okay, so inspection, I can say 5 days. Seller disclosure. Closing costs. Access, 5. So I would add, let's see, 1. Add modifications. 1, let's see, with 5-day inspection. Which other one? Number 2. Number 5. Okay. To contract. So, okay, let's see. Seller, buyer, purchase price. That was there. I want to see what modifications it made. Seller, seller understands and it must be accessible. It added this. Seller must be it must be accessible during normal hours to the buyer. Advertising, premises in good condition. Oh, I like this one. This is new. Seller is aware that the buyer is a real estate investor and is purchasing the premise for immediate and or concurrent resale and profit. All known this is one that it just added. Seller shall provide buyer with all known disclosures. Professional inspection within 5 days of the effective date of this agreement. Oh, I want this worded differently. To conduct a professional inspection of the premises within 5 days of the effective date. Let's see. So yeah, I would change, let's see, 5. No. Number 4.
Copy and paste the term because there's several numbers.
This one? Yeah. Reword the following statement. To say, that buyer has 5 days for inspection from date of signing. Which one was that? That was under the buyer agrees to the following. That's the only, I think that's the only thing that I would want to change.
So it just reworded it, but obviously
Oh, okay. So I wanted to add, okay.
add it to the contract as you stated it.
Add this statement to the contract. Or incorporate. So let's see. Okay, so buyer price, terms and conditions, seller agrees. Okay, right here. Buyer shall have 5 days from the date of signing this agreement to conduct a professional inspection of the premises. Yes, that's it.
Okay, so in under 5 minutes, you've reviewed an original contract and you've bona fide that you've made that contract really more in favor of you and makes your position on the contract obviously a little stronger than it was before. And the recommendations that it gave, you chose what you wanted to incorporate, so you don't have to include all of them.
Yeah.
And then it gives you the final draft of the contract to send off for processing. And what state? This is New York?
This is Florida.
Okay.
No, New York. I'm sorry, Albany. This is New York.
So so then we just wanted that to make sure. We already know it is because it was one of their contracts, but
yeah,
it would be compliant with New York, and you send it off for processing, and it will be formatted in the format of a New York State contract, which is really huge. And you wouldn't do anything else. You just reviewed it, and then you would just take that once it's sent for processing. Once you purchase the interface, it would then go to, I'm not 100% sure if it will go to your email or if it would go to, if you have access to it in the portal or whatever. But I can find that information out. But nonetheless, you would have access to that contract and you can go off and take care of business.
Yeah.
Which is great. What did you think of that one?
Like I would review, and I said, and I put it in quotes because like me looking at the contract again really doesn't do very much if I'm the one who created the contract.
Yeah.
So like I go over the contract again and review it, but for me, I don't know what it's missing, if it's missing something. So this is a true review. It's like having a second pair of eyes without the other person. If you're by yourself, you don't have the extra set of eyes. So this does it for you.
And because it was trained by an attorney and created with covering all the bases for legal and terms and conditions and everything that you would need to know on any type of contract in any scenario. Yes, this does land. It does simple contracts, basic JV agreements, addendums, like we've already showcased, purchase and sale agreements, state compliancy, in addition to creative financing, subject to seller financing.
Right. Before.
Yeah. Novations, all of the things can be done in this interface. It was trained to do all of that. And again, this is not ChatGPT. For those that are confusing, I can just go search this. You would not want to put your name or your LLC on a contract that you just got information from on ChatGPT. This is not general data that has been surveyed. Like ChatGPT will gather very quickly all the general data that's out there and available to you. And this is different because this is trained specifically by an attorney for your legal guidance. This is like a legal coach. And the benefit to it so far that you can list out, Miguelina, what would stand out to you in particular?
It's fast. It's easy. It's right. It trains you. It trains me as to what I need to do for contracts. It was great when we discussed the seller finance, the terms. Yeah, that was great because it's hard to know what to put in those terms or exactly what you're doing, but it just guided me really well.
How does this play out for you in your day to day when you're doing deals? Like, what difference does it make? I mean, obviously, you listed some things.
It makes a difference because I have another job, and I do this at the end of the day, and I'm exhausted by the time I come home. So sometimes when you're tired and you're looking at, something, reviewing something or doing something like this legal, it's really hard to grasp if you're doing it correctly. And this, you're doing it right.
Well, it was funny because when we did the addendum last week, Thursday, I believe we did the addendum episode. I remember specifically having a wholesale deal that we did an addendum on, and it was a strange scenario because the person that the cash buyer wanted to change the name on the contract to their partner, and because they were funding it, and it just got weird. So we created an addendum, but it didn't sync with the original contract because of the name change. And so title had to get involved, and it got to be a big mess. I got Kurt Becker involved, and he actually had to call the title company for me and straighten everything out, and he had to rewrite the contract. In that scenario, this tool, sorry, Kurt, we love you, but this replaced him. He was very generous with me. Has always been super generous with me. But my point being is that how many people do you see on Facebook scrambling for a real estate attorney, or one that can do creative financing, or somebody who can do underwriting for, there's people always looking. It's probably not the best place to be looking on Facebook, but the point is that those deals can get weird. They can go sideways. It happens all the time. And with this tool, as soon as there's a request for a change, you can input that request to see if it's like the right thing to do versus just thinking, sure.
Sometimes when you are dealing with people, especially like if you're newer, and we're dealing with people who have been doing this for a long time.
Yes.
They ask you for something, and then like little bells start ringing, and you're like, are they trying to scam me? Is this legal? And that's really scary to think about.
Yes. So now you use the tool as an additional person on your team, as your legal guide, as your attorney, and I actually haven't really had to ask Kurt any questions since we've been using this because it's all in there. Everything he would normally answer me is already in the tool.
Yeah.
So again, we're not saying attorneys are replaced, like obviously not. But in the scenario where you need quick guidance, you need to reduce your risk, reduce your mistakes that are costly, not only financially, because when you lose a deal because something isn't optimal in your offer, perhaps, or it's a costly mistake legally because now you've done something that really wasn't appropriate on the contract, and you didn't know it until 6 months later when you get sued. And that doesn't happen all the time, but if you are out there doing a lot of deals and a lot of contracts, there's that risk, and you really need to safeguard yourself in today's world, especially with all the wonky, cynical people out there that, unfortunately, that's where we're at. So I really find that this tool can really save me a ton of time and give me confidence.
Yeah. And show that you're a professional.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And you can create all your templates and throw them in a Google Drive. And now you have offers to your agents, offers to your seller, JV agreements with wholesalers, any type of contract you want to work out with cash buyers for funding, for EMD, transactional funding. whatever it might be. Somebody just recently asked us if it handles land. I just kind of mentioned a minute ago it does. You can actually do your land deals on here as well. So it's not missing anything. It's fantastic, in my opinion. And I'm so excited about it. I actually had another major league investor that I met with just yesterday, actually, that is really excited about this tool and wants to begin marketing to investors for the tool because she actually gave an example how she was in the middle of negotiating a deal and the contract needed to be written on the spot. And her attorney told her, I don't have time.
Oh,
I can't do it right now. I need like several days.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, I immediately went on your website and I started looking around to see, okay, what do I need to do here? And then we met and talked about it. So I was super excited about that. And I think there's more and more people that are catching on that where AI is just optimizing and streamlining, and we're learning, as you've been saying all along, Magdalena. What do you tell me every week?
Oh yeah, I've learned a lot. It's teaching me, which is great.
Yeah. Now you're more confident.
Yeah. And I can speak about it, knowing what I'm talking about.
Yes. So I don't know. What's our next one that we have up? Do you happen to have the
offer to a landlord, a tired landlord?
Okay, tired landlord.
The next couple ones are creating offers.
Okay, so we're going to create a boatload of offers coming up. Tired landlord is huge. That's a great niche market to go after because there's so many properties that could be available if you have the right terms and the right way to motivate that already mostly motivated tired landlord. That can be huge. So for those that are out there that are worried about making offers, afraid that they're not going to, excuse me, I gotta take a drink. Afraid that you're not going to word it right or you're going to put yourself on the line, this is going to solve that problem. My throat. Forgive me. I'll let you talk, Magdalena.
I'm sorry. Okay, so we have the tired landlord, and I like the way that it tells you, it trains you and it tells you how to set up an offer so you have a good chance of having it get accepted. So.
Yes, that is the key. I am back. That's the key, is getting it accepted so that you can move on and close more deals. So this tool is going to help streamline your deal making process. It's an offer maker. It's a contract writer. It can amend contracts. It can give you recommendations, which you just saw Magdalena do on a basic contract that you weren't sure, is this enough or do I need to add anything? You don't really know what it is that you need to add. This is a perfect tool to use to make sure that you're airtight, your offers are airtight, your contracts are solid. And then it's a negotiator. So negotiate like an attorney, negotiate like a pro. I think that I've been really surprised, pleasantly surprised how fast, how quick and easy it's been. So I think it's really a matter of getting in there. The proof is in the pudding and playing around with it and, seeing. That's why we're demonstrating all this because we really just want to show you what it's capable of and allow you to see how simple it is. Do you need tech skills, Magdalena?
Nope. No, it's just like talking to someone on the phone and saying, hey, what do I need to add to this contract? Look at this contract. Just tell it what you need. Yeah.
And we have available. I'll drop in the chat. If you have any questions while we're talking, I please drop them in the comments. Let us know. But I will drop also a link to the website or landing page where you can take a look at more information, as well as a payment plan option. Very affordable way to up-level your business, including it's a tax write-off. So consider that. So the payment plans are extremely low. Some of them like $30. As soon as you make the first initial payment on the payment plan, it's yours. You start using it immediately, and it's yours to keep. We will do the customer service and the tech support in the background, as well as keep the interface updated so that you don't have to worry about any of that for your state or any state that you might be marketing in that might be new to you. Because we've talked about that before, Miguelina. It can take a lot of hours and time to research, a lot of phone calls to connect with agents and other people that are in other states so you can get to know what they do. This will eliminate that and get you up and running within seconds.
Well, yeah, and imagine that you're doing virtual wholesaling in a state that you're not familiar with, and you send a contract over to a buyer and it's all wrong.
Yeah.
How embarrassing is that?
Yes. So 100% on that. And I really think that the more we demonstrate this tool and show just the day-to-day ins and outs of anybody who's doing wholesaling or fix and flip or any type of offer on real estate, this is going to work for you. So I'll drop the link for the website and you can check that out. Again, it looks like Florida's getting nailed again for all those in our market that we have worked with, and everybody, of course, our hearts and prayers go out to you. We know that you're getting pummeled. Yeah. It's a really challenging time on the East Coast, all the way up, still the flooding aftermath. So I do have a direct contact in my group for anyone interested in donating supplies, or if you have a short-term or mid-term rental, and it happens to be in unaffected areas, but along that pathway for people looking to get out of their current situation and get into some other housing that has electricity and hot water and all of those things. You must have electricity and hot water running or water running. In order to qualify, please send me a direct message and I can get you directly connected to our point person for that. We've been inundated with people offering up their rentals, so it is happening. And the supplies that people are sending, it's been really overwhelming from what I'm hearing. So please continue to reach out and let us know how we can connect you to that, even if you live across the country like I do. At any rate, we will be checking in again tomorrow, and same time, we'll see you 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we'll be doing some negotiating in the interface. So thanks again, as always. It's been a pleasure, Miguelina. We'll talk soon.
It's a pleasure.
All right. Bye.